Teenagers are inexperienced drivers because they are learning something new. The earlier you learn a new skill, the more proficient you will be in the future. The more you are prepared for future experiences, the better you can handle them. No matter where the driver's age begins, there will always be the inexperience that follows that. It doesn't matter if you are 16 and learning to drive, or 21 or 18, whenever you're going to be learning to drive, you're still going to be inexperienced. No one is perfect, especially when you're grasping a new concept. In an article written by Laura C. Delecki about teen drivers, she writes about a young teenager in accidents due to inexperience. A young driver flipped her car in 2 separate crashes and admits it was because of lack of driving experience. Andrea Stahl was in 2 serious car accidents, one when she was 17 and another when she was 18. Stahl said that even though she grew up watching others drive on country roads, actually driving herself on country roads by herself is much different. Andrea Stahl said she wished she would have known what to do when she lost control of the car, and Andrea Stahl also said that both accidents happened because of poor driving choices that she made because of lack of experience. Kimberly Schwein, Public Relations Manager for AAA Ohio Auto Club, agreed that teens are not getting enough experience in challenging situations. Taking the teen out in the snow may sound scary, but they need that experience, she said. Having them learn that while you're in the car will help them when they're in the situation by themselves. According to the International Debate Education Association, for most young people, learning to drive is an important part of learning responsibility and taking up adult values. If we keep delaying when kids become an adult, then young people will never learn responsibility. In our modern society, driving is essential. Mobility has to be regarded as a right you gain in your mid-teens. 16 and 17-year-olds need to drive to get to school or work. Many live in areas with few buses or trains, and you cannot expect parents to drive them around forever. Most of the activities that teach young people about the world, like sports, school clubs, bands, and part-time jobs, can only be done if teens can drive themselves. All of these things are about gaining autonomy, making personal choices, and beginning to find your own way in life as you become independent from mom and dad. Mobility is needed to make these choices. This explains why parents are just as opposed to raising the driving age as teenagers are. The number of teen drivers involved in crashes is decreasing. Kimberly Schwein, Public Relations Manager of AAA Ohio Auto Club, said even though the number of crashes has declined, there is a need to reduce the numbers even more. The GDL program has proved that it works and will continue to work, which is why major provisions should be added to reduce the number of crashes. Welfare writer Lindsay Mitchell writes that in 1986, 15 to 19-year-old drivers involved in fatal crashes numbered 167 and made up 16.9% of all crashes, but in 2006, 15 to 19-year-old drivers involved in fatal crashes numbered 64 and made up only 11.7% of all crashes. According to the Rocky Mountain Insurance Information Association about teen driving statistics, the number of drivers aged 15 to 20 involved in fatal crashes totaled 5,864 in 2008, which is down 16% from the 6,982 in 2007. Crash rates for teens under 18 fell drastically with the GDL program, which shows there's no clear difference between 15, 17, and 18-year-old teen crash rates.